Hello my lovely people, welcome back to my channel. I greet you according to your time and the time you are seeing this video. We are still on the gist from the palace of Ooni of Ife. I really appreciate your support for me, for always being part of this channel. Thank you so much. My God will bless you. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. My God will bless you. So my people, allegedly we heard that Dr. Elizabeth fiercely attacked Olori Mariam over altercation with the king. They said the way Mariam was talking to the king recently, that is nothing to write home about. That she insulted the king, the way that everyone was like, what exactly is happening? Does it mean that this woman have a very strong secret of the man, that she now talked to him like she's talking to a baby? They said she insulted the king, and not just that she keep mentioning that if she must leave the palace, that the king is going to pay her every dime that she spent on him and the entire royal house. Hey, my people, recall that they said when Mariam was entering this palace, that she used to buy buba, buy all sort of material for Ooni's sisters them, that even the king too, that all these things were happening, and they were supporting her because she have the money then. But now that they have realized that she's a bad influence, that she's a bad egg to them, all of them are now against her. They said that this time around, the way she talks, that she always remind the king that after all I've done for you, that if not for me, you may not have been where you are, and all of that. My people, they say this have been going on for quite a long time now, and Dr. Elizabeth have been giving deaf ear to it, since the king cannot do anything, that she have decided to keep quiet too. But this last one that she did, that Dr. Elizabeth could no longer hold it, that it was getting out of hand. Like, she was, they said Dr. Elizabeth was asking, is there something that you two know that we don't know? And as a matter of fact, they said it got to a point where she have to face Queen Olori Mariam fiercely, as a serious altercation between the two, telling her, how dare you? What God do you think you have to insult a whole monarch like this? The king have tolerated you enough. If the king should keep handling you this way, I'm afraid something is going to spoil, and this is no longer going to take place. They said she told Mariam, if you think you have spent on the king, name your price, calculate your bills, and I am ready to pay you off. And the moment I pay you, you leave this palace and leave this marriage for good. My people, they say no be small thing, that the way Dr. Elizabeth challenged Mariam, although this is not the first time she have been challenging her, but they said this time around that Mariam was shocked, as in she was, so it have gotten to this extent. Imagine Dr. Elizabeth that I helped to enter the palace, because we do know that when the Olories agree with the king that he's not going to marry more women, they said after the meeting they agreed that the king will not marry any woman again. Then because Mariam wanted a partner in crime, someone that will be dancing to her tune, someone that will be under her control, you know, they said she instigated the king to go and marry Dr. Elizabeth, so that when she comes to the palace, she will join force with her to pepper other women, and to make sure, because they do know that the moment the king, record that during that period, Queen Naomi was preparing to return back to the palace, you know. And one of the reasons Mariam made it possible for Dr. Elizabeth to enter the palace is so that Queen Naomi will say, okay, I am not coming back again. And this is exactly what is happening now. You do know that. But that Dr. Elizabeth came, and all she have been planning is how to reconcile the king and Queen Naomi, and how Queen Naomi will come back to the palace. Because we heard some time ago that she went to Queen Naomi and pledged her allegiance to her, you know, while Mariam was expecting that Dr. Elizabeth's allegiance should be to her, but instead it was to the king and Queen Naomi. And this is something that Mariam don't like at all. So she was kind of, Dr. Elizabeth, as she was telling Dr. Elizabeth that you are supposed to be by my side, not on Queen Naomi's side. So they said Dr. Elizabeth told her that you are a wicked woman. That ever since she entered here, all you plan is how to make sure that Queen Naomi did not return back to the palace. Do you not forget that Queen Naomi was married to the king before you? And if there's anyone who is to speak or to give orders here, it should be Queen Naomi and not you. But because you have frustrated her and you don't want her to come back, it has now gotten to the point of washing the king down before everyone. They said Dr. Elizabeth told her to her face, calculate all you have spent, and I am ready to pay you off. I am ready to give you every dime that you have spent on the king and his people, so that you leave this place and never return. And I was like, hey. Although we do hear that Dr. Elizabeth is well-to-do, that she comes from a mega multi-millionaire family. So, in as much as Dr. Olori Mariam is claiming that she has some change, they said compared to what Elizabeth have, that she has nothing, that she doesn't have anything at all. So Dr. Elizabeth have told her that when people that have money are talking, that you don't need to make noise. That if you think you have spent anything on the king, just calculate it. I give you a few days to do your calculations, all that you have spent. Even add extra, I am going to pay you off, so that you leave this place for good, because you're a bad egg to this royal house. You're a bad influence. You know, they said that every other Olories were like, hey, the same Dr. Elizabeth that they agreed that she will not come. Mariam made her. If you watch that video when Dr. Elizabeth was coming, you will see Mariam carrying her like her daughter. You know, anywhere you see her, you see Mariam always suffocating her. You know, being all over her, just to tell her that I am happy that you are coming. You know, I was the one who made it possible for you to come. You know, she was expecting that when Elizabeth comes in, that she is going to, you know, take her as a, I don't know. But the fact remains that she's not a good person. Maybe Dr. Elizabeth would have taken her like that. But because Dr. Elizabeth realizes that she's not a good person, that nothing good comes from her, so she don't want to start mingling with her, so that all those bad names that she carries will not affect Dr. Elizabeth. And that is why you see her playing her own role, being herself. Because it is good to be yourself in everything that you do. In as much as she's the one that helped Dr. Elizabeth to enter the palace. But her character is not good. All the time what she thinks about or talks about is how Queen Naomi will not enter the palace. How she have been the one making the king. Although, forgetting that the king have been a king before she arrives. In as much as maybe she have done something while they are still dating and all of that. But that doesn't give her the right to insult the king or to talk down on the king just because of the money she have spent on him. Anyways, it's the king that caused all of them all, because if she did not marry Mariam and stay with Queen Naomi, all these things wouldn't have been happening. So my people, now so we hear them all. Don't forget that they are all alleged information, okay? They are not first-hand information. Always bear that in mind, okay? Thanks for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up and share it. And subscribe to my channel if you're yet to subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Don't forget I still love you. Bye for now.